What if we told you that your realtor and appraiser could look at the exact same house and still come up with two different numbers?
And the wild part is they both could be right.
And that's where so many homeowners get confused.
A seller hears, "We should list your home at $525,000.
And then the appraisal comes back at $495,000.
And suddenly, everyone's stressed, confused, and wondering what went wrong.
Was the realtor wrong?
Was the appraiser wrong?
Was the buyer overpaying?
Or is this just how the real estate world actually works?
Well, in this video, we're breaking down what an appraisal really is,
How realtors price homes,
and why those numbers can be different without anyone necessarily doing anything wrong.
and we're also going to cover the biggest things that can hurt an appraisal before the appraiser even walks through the front door.
So whether you're buying, selling, refinancing, or just trying to understand how value works, this is something that you need to know. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding. A home appraisal and a realtor's pricing strategy are not the same thing.
They're connected, very connected, but they serve different purposes.
When realtors price a home, they're helping us decide where to position that property in the market.
They're asking what price gives this home the best chance to attract attention, create demand, and sell in today's market.
An appraiser, on the other hand, is usually being asked to develop an independent opinion of value.
And that opinion has to be supported by market data, comparable sales, the property's condition, and professional appraisal standards.
So even though both are looking at value,
They're answering two different questions.
a realtor is asking, what should we list this home for?
And an appraiser is asking, what is this home worth based on current supportable market evidence?
And those sound similar, right?
But they are definitely not identical.
Now, here's why people mix them up. Realtors and appraisers do use a lot of the same ingredients,
They both study comparable sales, or comps.
and they both care about square footage, location, condition, upgrades, layout, and neighborhood trends.
And they're both trying to understand what buyers in that area are willing to pay.
So yes, there's definitely an overlap,
But a realtor may be pricing with strategy.
while an appraiser has to value with support and documentation.
For example, a realtor may recommend a slightly more aggressive list price if inventory is low, demand is high, and similar homes are getting multiple offers.
That's not guessing, that's market strategy.
But an appraiser can't simply say, well, buyers seem excited.
They actually need data that supports the value.
So when the market is moving quickly, a realtor may be looking a little ahead of the curve.
While the appraiser may be relying more heavily on what has already closed.
That's one of the biggest reasons these numbers can be close sometimes.
And feel miles apart other times.
Here's the easiest way to look at it.
Realtors help answer, what should we list the home for?
Appraisers help answer, what is it worth based on the market?
And once financing enters the picture, that second question becomes a very big deal.
Because lenders are not lending against our emotions, our memories, or our best case scenario.
They're lending against the home's supported value.
So even if a buyer is willing to pay more,
And even if the realtor's pricing strategy actually worked perfectly,
the appraisal still becomes the checkpoint that can either keep the deal moving or force everyone back to the table.
now let's talk about the factors that can negatively impact an appraisal, because some of these are outside of our control, but some are absolutely not.
1, deferred maintenance and poor condition. Condition matters, and we're not just talking about outdated paint colors or decor choices.
We're talking about real physical issues that affect the property's condition, safety, or livability.
Things like roof damage, plumbing leaks, water damage, broken windows, rotting wood, HVAC issues, electrical problems, or even foundation concerns.
Minor cosmetic flaws usually don't destroy value.
But deferred maintenance and health or safety concerns absolutely can.
Incomplete or unpermitted improvements. This is a big one because there's a lot of homeowners that assume that every improvement automatically adds value.
But it only helps if the work is complete, legally recognized, and supported.
So if we added space without permits, finished area that doesn't meet code, or left a renovation unfinished,
the appraiser may not be able to give full credit for it.
And in some cases, it can even raise red flags with the lender.
As a side note, the quality of the renovation matters.
Because we have definitely seen a lot of renovations that look more like a YouTube video watching Weekend Warrior special.
3, overimproving for the neighborhood. This one surprises people all the time.
Just because you spent a lot of money doesn't mean the market will return every dollar.
Appraisals reflect market reaction, not just construction costs.
So if a home has luxury finishes in a neighborhood where buyers don't typically pay a premium for those finishes,
the market may not support the full cost of those upgrades.
More expensive doesn't automatically mean more valuable.
4, declining or soft market conditions. Sometimes the issue isn't the house at all, it's the market.
If sale prices are declining, buyer demand is slowing, interest rates are affecting affordability, or inventory is rising,
the appraisal has to reflect that reality.
The appraiser isn't punishing the property.
They're measuring the market we're actually in.
Number 5, lack of strong comparable sales. Appraisers rely heavily on comps.
So when there are very few recent sales, or the property is unique, or nearby sales are distressed or below market,
then the appraiser may have less support for a higher number.
And when there's less support, things often get more concerning.
Number 6, location and external influences.
Even a well-maintained home can be affected by outside factors.
Busy roads, railroad tracks, nearby commercial uses, noises, odors, environmental concerns, surrounding properties in a poor condition, all of that matters.
Because buyers notice those things.
And if buyers notice them, appraisers have to consider them too.
This is why we counsel our buyers that you can change features in the home, but you cannot change the land.
And a lot of buyers want to take advantage of the best deal in the community, which many times means the lot is small, it backs to other homes, it's against road that has noise, it backs to power lines, etc.
It is important to understand that while it is beneficial to save money now, buyers will be expecting the same when you go to sell down the road. And you can reasonably expect more showings and more time on the market than similar homes in a better location in that neighborhood. Unrealistic expectations from online estimates.
This one causes so much confusion.
Online value estimates can be a starting point, but they do not replace a real appraisal or a local pricing analysis.
Those estimates usually don't truly understand condition, quality, upgrades, layout, or neighborhood nuances.
So when an online number doesn't match reality, the online number isn't the final word.
Number 8, access and inspection limitations.
Appraisers need access.
If certain rooms are blocked off, the attic can't be reached, the garage is inaccessible, or utilities are turned off,
that limits what the appraiser can verify.
And limited information can affect confidence in the final value.
If you feel that the home might not appraise, we suggest you document all the things that are unique value, adds to your home, and provide those to the appraiser.
Appraisers appreciate this as it helps them fill in the gaps sometimes if needed. Now let's connect this back to realtors, because great realtors do a lot more than throw out a number and hope for the best.
A seasoned realtor should be pricing. With the same real-world market factors, an appraiser is eventually going to study.
And that includes recent comparable sales,
Active listings,
pending sales when available,
market speed, buyer demand, neighborhood trends, and the home's condition and upgrades.
In other words, the best realtors aren't fighting the appraisal process.
They're helping sellers work in alignment with market reality.
And great agents also help their sellers prepare before the appraisal happens.
They may suggest taking care of obvious repairs, organizing receipts and permits, making the home accessible, and presenting it well.
And that doesn't mean that they're trying to manipulate the outcome.
It means they're helping make sure the property is clearly understood and properly supported.
So why can a home sell for one price but appraise for another?
Once a buyer agrees to pay a certain price, it feels like that should settle everything, right?
Yeah, but the contract price and the appraised value are not always the same.
Sometimes buyers bid aggressively because inventory is tight.
And sometimes emotions take over during multiple offer situations.
Sometimes the market is rising faster than the closed sales data can keep up with.
We've definitely seen that. And yes, a home can absolutely go under contract at one number and appraise at another.
That doesn't automatically mean the realtor overpriced the home.
And it doesn't automatically mean the appraiser got it wrong either.
Sometimes it simply means the market moved faster than the comparable sales could prove.
And we saw a lot of this, especially during the boom right after COVID.
So what can you actually do before an appraisal?
First, handle obvious maintenance issues. Fix those leaks, repair broken items, and make sure that those major systems are functioning properly.
Second, gather documentation.
And that means permits, invoices, warranties, upgrade lists, and dates of improvements.
Third, make sure the appraiser has full access to the property.
The attic, garage, additions, utility rooms, everything.
Fourth, clean and declutter.
Not because you're being judged on style,
but because clear access and visible condition help the appraiser do their job.
And finally, have realistic expectations.
Because an appraisal is based on market support, not emotion, not hope, and not what an online estimate suggested last week.
So the bottom line is, at the end of the day, a home appraisal is not about passing or failing.
It's not a compliment, and it's not an insult.
It's an objective, market-based opinion on value.
And realtors play a different but equally important role.
They help position the home in the market.
They create the pricing strategy.
And they attract the buyers.
And they guide the deal from the marketing side.
So instead of thinking of this as appraiser versus realtor,
it makes a lot more sense to think of it as two professionals using market data in different ways.
when we understand that, we can make better decisions.
We set better expectations.
And we avoid a lot of unnecessary surprises.
So, before we assume that an appraisal and a list price should always match, remember this: same house, same market, different job.
And that difference matters.
Whether we're buying or selling, understanding this process can save you a lot of stress. And hiring the right agent is the most important thing.
We would love the opportunity to be your agent. So contact us to get the process started, or if you have any other questions about appraisals or anything else.
Before you go, be sure to subscribe for more real estate content that actually makes the process easier to understand, and be sure to check out our video about what to do if your home doesn't appraise.